Namaskaram. Om Ashiraskam Hakarantam Asheshakara Sansthitam Ajasram Uccharantam Swam Tamatmanam Upasmahe. Om Atmane Namaha. Om Brahmane Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. In the previous video on Sani Bhagavan, we talked about how Sanishwara is connected with the breathing process in our body. When this breathing process is kept in a balance, Sani Bhagavan is fully pleased with us. He blesses us with good health, proper thinking, and happiness. The underlying fact was that irrespective of what happens in the world, we can remain like insulated, absolutely calm, at the same time performing our duties in the best possible manner. This is the benefit of performing pranayama, say half an hour in the morning, half an hour in the evening. A simple pranayama like the Anulom Vilom pranayama, where just the breathing in and the breathing out, the breathing in and the breathing out is carried out. Both the nostrils are used. There is no great need to keep a count of how long you breathe in and how long you breathe out. As is comfortable, you can breathe in and breathe out. Don't hold the breath. That's not talked about here. Kumbhakam, it said. Kumbhakam is not required. It's not very essential. Just the Purakam, the Rechakam. Purakam is the inhalation, the Rechakam. As far as possible, if the duration of Purakam is say 1 unit, say 5 seconds, the Rechakam, the outside, the breathing out should be 10 seconds. 1:2. That's the ideal proportion, but depends on each individual's capacity. Just focus on breathing in, breathing out as long as possible. Breathe in, as long as possible, breathe out. One of my friends then inquired after seeing the video that performing say half an hour pranayama in the morning, half an hour pranayama in the evening, along with all the other rituals and chants becomes very difficult. There is very little time for all that. Then you have to do your office work, look after your children, do household work. Makes it very difficult, I agree. The reason why I suggested the pranayama as a means of pleasing, satisfying and obtaining the blessings of Lord Sanishwara is because pranayama is actually a prayer also. In the pranayama, in the breathing process itself for that matter, a japa called the ajapa japa happens. Ajapa japa says 2 words, or is said to say 2 words, soham. The word so or saha represents the Shakti in us, the God in us. And aham actually represents Brahman. But here we could say aham represents I. He, I. It actually means he is everything. That's what it means. We look at the meanings of the words in a separate video. Here we'll just focus on the fact that even while breathing, we are actually doing a japa. 24/7 a japa is happening. A prayer is happening. Because this prayer is happening, whether we need to do a separate prayer for another god is up to you. If you have the time, please do it, but don't neglect this, because this is one way of being in sync with your most important activity, which is your breathing, which is with air element in us. So when you're in sync with the air element, you will have great well-being within, and you will be able to deal with the world also in a very calm and calculated manner. You will not get perturbed by what happens outside you. This is also a form of prayer. Even if you don't do other prayers, if you do just this prayer, it will be fantastic. Because what happens is, in most prayers, we either utter something with the mouth or we ruminate over it in the mind, which results in expenditure of energy. Prana. Prana is spent while you chant a mantra, or when you run a mantra in the mind also, there is an expenditure of energy. But while doing pranayama, a mantra is being chanted and you are drawing further more prana. So you are actually becoming prana positive when you do a pranayama, vis-a-vis doing a japa, where you become prana negative. I would say negative, okay, you spend prana there. So this is a good method of becoming prana positive, gaining more prana. Also pleasing the God, because the God here refers to the Shakti within us, the Muladhara Ganapati or the Krishna or the Kundalini, because the Kundalini is said to be connected only with the breath, the air. This is explained by Sage Avvaiyar in the Vinayagar Agaval. Kundali Edanir Kudiya Ajabai. Ajabai alone has got connection with the Kundali. Kundali means that which is coiled, because the Shakti is said to be coiled within under the Muladhara chakra. That's why she is called Kundali. Kundali Edanir Kudiya Ajabai. The Ajabai, that is the mantra which is chanted while breathing, that alone has got connection with Kundali. So this prayer reaches the Kundali. This is also further explained in some Upanishads, which say that words or mind don't reach the God. The God, so-called God, never can be communicated with either by words or by the mind. But this way of connecting with the power, that is with the breath, is possible, as is confirmed by Sage Avvaiyar. So this itself, pranayama itself, is one of the best forms of prayer. Prayer to the power that is, that which is the strength in us, the Kundalini Sakthi, the life force. And when you do the pranayama, you are actually becoming prana positive vis-a-vis other activities like chanting aloud or by running a mantra in the mind, when you will be spending energy. So for those who are willing, they can take up this activity of pranayama, and slowly you can reduce your other activities. I'm only saying those who are willing. There's no hard and fast rule. Because when you realize that this is a great form of prayer, you will yourself give up the speech element of chanting out loud, of keep on thinking of the God. Okay, there's nothing wrong in thinking about it. The mind always thinks of something. But at least chanting out loud gets reduced phenomenally over a period of time. When you realize that this particular activity of pranayama is actually getting in touch directly with the power that is, the energy source in us. I'm sure this clarifies this particular doubt in a reasonable manner. Yes, pranayama requires a lot of effort in the morning, a lot of effort in the evening, as much as is possible. Maybe on a holiday you can do a little more. It's good for your health, good for your mind, and it also pleases the system. That is, the power that is gets connected with us. It develops you develop various insights into things, how to handle things, how to face issues, problems in life. A lot of things happen over a period of time. But once you take up to pranayama fully, don't get back to japa and spend your energy. Don't get back to it. So long as you're doing the japa, it's okay. But once you have got over it, stick to the pranayama, because this is the best form of japa. As Sage Avvaiyar says, Kundalini Sakthi Kodi Ajabai Vindal Mantram Velipada Uraithu, she says. That is, the Ajapa mantra Soham, which is quietly chanted here while you're breathing, should be Velipada Uraithu. It should be chanted out loud. Meaning, you have to do a pranayama. You have to. This will be Velipada Uraithu. Once this japa is done, whether you need other japas is up to you. May the pranayama bless you with the right direction. In the process, may you also obtain the blessings of Lord Sanishwara. In the coming video, we'll also talk about how Rahu is connected with Sanishwara and certain other points about Rahu Bhagavan. Till then, Jai Shree Ram.